yourself a stiff drink. Tune in to Night Confessions. Drop the shoulders. Relax the brow. Put the worries of the day behind you. And remember, most of the world are assholes. A lot of 25-year-old confusion, frustration, soul searching. I think this is a beautiful time for everybody. If you're 24, 25, 26, you weren't supposed to land on all fours on this one. But you rely on your friends, you rely on great music, you rely on art, you rely on going places, crying it out, yelling it out. I couldn't have done this show at 25. I didn't have the maturity at 25 to do this show. Do you think I could have sat here with this level of self-confidence? No, not at all. This is something you only do once you become a man of the world. We should go to the phone. Here's the phone number. Call me at 310-857-4274. 310-857-4274. And we'll go to the phones right now, and we will see if anybody has any confessions that they would like. Hello, yes, you're on Night Confessions After Hours. Go ahead.
Anybody has
Hello?
Yes, please. You're gonna have to turn down your phone.
after hours?
Hello?
Hello, yes, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
My name's Tammy, I'm from California, and I just really, really, really love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you right back. Are you having fun watching the show? This is the first episode of Night Confessions.
Yes, and I just gave you a confession. I have a job interview at 8 a.m., but I'm staying up just to watch you.
Oh my goodness. Well, would you have been in bed? Would you have been asleep right now with all the nerves and the excitement of the job interview tomorrow? Would you have been asleep now anyway?
I am in bed, and I don't know the answer to that if I would be asleep or not, but...
You sound wide awake.
Well...
You sound wide awake. Do you mind me asking what type of job you're interviewing for tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I'm interviewing for second grade teacher.
Oh, that's great. My mother and father were educators.
Yeah.
So,
I know that.
Tammy, how do you feel? Tammy, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about a little interview role play? I'll be the interviewer. We'll do a practice.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Okay. Tammy, come on in. Have a seat.
Hello.
Have a seat right there. You look fantastic. I hope that's not going to get me in trouble. So this is really great. Your resume looks great. Why do you love teaching, and why do you want to teach here in particular?
Well, I love teaching because I believe children are... Wait, no, I'm quoting something.
See? Sense of humor. That's very good. I would go in with that.
The truth is, I really like teaching because it's a job I never wanted. My parents are teachers as well, and I always thought it was like a crap job.
Right.
And this is not an interview answer I would ever get, but I graduated in the wonderful year of 2008 with a degree in English, found out it was useless, and began substitute teaching out of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
But on day one, I learned that was exactly what I was meant to do.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's in the blood, isn't it? It's in the blood. My parents are teachers. By the way, if we're staying in the role play, Tammy, you got the job. I mean, when you first started saying you hated it, wasn't sure where it was going, needle was starting to go into the red, and then I realized that it was basically a device to bring me in closer to understanding how much you love teaching. So I gave you the job in this role play, and I love teaching. When I teach people sort of songwriting, I do clinics, and it's just, did you grow up around a dictionary? Did you, like my parents, they'd bring the dictionary to the kitchen table if you had a question? You almost regretted having a curiosity because it would get answered so swiftly?
We didn't, I didn't get the dictionary thrown at me, but I never got an answer to a question that wasn't, well, what do you think?
Right. Oh, I see. Oh, that's the more sort of freewheeling sort of way of looking at it. Tammy, what's your favorite word?
My favorite word, oh my gosh, I'm not even prepared. One of my favorite words is, well, I gotta look and see what's on my ankle, and I guess my favorite word is either heartbreak or warfare.
Oh, you have heartbreak warfare tattooed on your ankle.
Yes, I do.
Tammy, I'm just not sure if you're the type of material we need here at this school. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I'm the type of teacher who can only wear pants.
I see. Well, listen, you sound like a sweetheart. You sound like someone, if I had kids, would love to send them to your class. I think you should go to bed because I'm not sure this show is going to get much better.
Oh my gosh.
And I hope I lull you to sleep.
Talking to you.
I hope I lull you to sleep.
Talking to you is a dream come true.
This is awesome. Well, listen, I hope this was the right little jolt to get you into the office tomorrow. You tell them that you talked to me last night, and we talked about educating and being basically the next generation of people educated. This is going to be great for you. I think you should get some sleep, and thank you for calling in
That's not going to happen.
Tonight Confessions.
That's not going to happen, but I will try.
Now I feel bad. You're going to be great. Thank you for calling, and happy holidays.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks, my dear.
And I love you.
I love you back. Bye. Hello there.
Hey, John.
Hey, thanks for calling Night Confessions. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking to Joe from California.
Joe from California. Do you have a confession?
Well, I'd just like to say that you're a huge inspiration to me.
Thank you.
As a musician. And, actually, I have more of a question, if that was cool.
Absolutely.
So, on the new album, are you going in a different direction, may I ask, or?
No, everything is going to be firmly sort of planted and where you're familiar with, but done, I believe, just a notch up. Because everything has to be sort of newer. I kind of look at it like a James Bond movie or something. It can't have the same car chase. You know, there has to be, we have the same protagonist, right? I can't change who I am, but I like to change the scenarios, right? So the scenarios are different. The music has to sound different, but still have the same familiar sort of heartbeat, and I think it really does. It's got a little Born and Raised. There's never really a full-on Western vibe, but it's almost like a little bit of everything I've picked up along the way, but done to what I believe is sort of the greatest sort of exponent of how strong a song can be. So I think you're going to dig it when you hear all of it at once.
Awesome. I've always loved your work, man, and I'm loving the live stream.
Are you digging it? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Play on, as they say, and I'll talk to you again at some point.
All right.
Thanks for calling in. Thank you.
Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks, bud. Welcome to Night Confessions. Who am I speaking with?
This is Johnny Fry.
Johnny Fry. How are you, my friend?
Good, John. How you doing, brother?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, man, it's I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and it's 4:30 in the morning. Don't sleep so good. But, yeah, man, just wanted to say I love your music, love your personality and what you do. And
Thanks, man.
Little guitar player myself, but, you know, your music is really good for me. And, you know, I have insomnia and I don't sleep too well, and I'm a late night thinker, and I think I catch a lot of that in your music as well.
Thank you. Well, I'm sorry that you can't sleep. I have insomnia from time to time. And I can't ever really tell people that I figured out a way to deal with it because I make my own hours, right? So I don't feel my insomnia because I can sleep. I can push things around a little bit. I mean, I still have meetings, I still have things, obligations, but I don't get fired if I'm late to them. So I won't ever act like I've figured out the secret to insomnia. But are you? I'm sorry, I have an itch on my nose, and my nose is okay. I found it. Do you take stuff, or have you tried? You tried everything?
No, I don't. I don't know. I just never. It's kind of my space to think and
Right.
to dream away. And I've kind of started getting into. This is just crazy. I'm actually talking to you just because I love your music so much.
Thanks, man. Well, I relate to your mind. Keep going.
Yeah, in your music, I just catch a lot of the kind of like lonely vibe. I kind of feel like no one's ever really on your team. You got people in your life, but
You kind of feel like I'm the guy who would set up a TV studio in his house all alone and wear a virtual reality headset and do an Instagram live show at 1 o'clock in the morning?
yeah, dude, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, your music, like just like Gravity in the Cell and stuff. Like when I play guitar, and just picked up a '87 Strat and got the Fortis pickguard on there, just
Right
like
on.
your guitar.
Pardon me. That actually sounds like a cool year for a Strat, 87. Was there a significance to 87? Was it a birth year?
No, I just I went to the shop to trade in an old Epiphone Les Paul.
Picked it up and liked it.
It was. I just always wanted a Fender,
Yeah.
Stevie Ray look. I just
That's
love
right.
it.
Well, very
I just kind of the question and stuff I'm getting at. I'm just curious. Are you still lonely, and how do you kind of navigate that space when you get
Great question.
in your own head?
Great question. I navigate knowing that I have been through this so many hundreds of times that it is finite. It ends. So if I feel one way or another, it's going to end. There's going to be another feeling. It will dissolve into the general memory, right? So it's almost like may I ask how old you are? Are you in your mid-20s?
I'm 23, yes, sir.
Man, I didn't sleep at 23 either. You are just coming online, sir. Imagine all of a sudden opening up a door to a room full of servers, and the servers are humming, and the lights are blinking, and someone tells you that there are terabytes of data pouring through these servers every second, and you can just move through it all you want, and read, and look at things, and think about things, and be frightened, and be aroused, and be scared, and excited. You would not sleep either. You would be running around just watching everything, reading everything on these servers, and that is very much what being 23 is like. It's like coming online into terabytes of server space, and it does slow down. It does slow down. But what you're really doing is sort of mapping yourself out. You're sort of becoming a cartographer, and it happens to be late at night because you have obligations throughout the day. And this is your time, as you said, to dream and put things together. I still do it myself every single night to take back what I believe Allison was saying earlier on tonight about wanting to be 30 people at once. I'm going to take off the old headset, call it a night pretty soon, and go off and do something that's completely antithetical to what this is. And I'm still look, I should be asleep by most estimations, but just don't come down on yourself. Coming down on yourself is only going to make things even harder, but you sound like you're not suffering. You sound like there's an embrace here, like there's a little bit of a magic to it, a mystique that you like.
No doubt about it. I got one more thing before I let you go. Literally, it's weird. I've had dreams, and this isn't a creepy thing. But like that, like if I get to meet the people or talk to the people that I look up to or take a lot of from their music or their art, whatever it may be, I bring this up. I just want. I know you hear it thousands of times a day. Like people love you and stuff, but I just want you to know, like you are loved and you are valued, and it's
Thank you, man.
It's not based on your performance. It's not based on how many likes and like 6 songs you put out and how your record does. Like it's based on who you are and who you were made to be.
Thank
I
you.
think that expands
Thank you.
what people say about you and what you say about yourself. I think I don't know where you are on the spectrum of faith and what that looks like for you, but for me, I believe in God. I believe He makes us for a purpose, and I think you have impacted so many thousands of people through your music. I think that's awesome. I don't know.
Thank you, man.
tap into that.
Thank
when
you.
It is 4:30 in the morning.
Well, right.
Whatever that may look like for you when you're in that space.
I now, it's funny you say that about likes, and I don't have it confused anymore. I know who I am. I giggle when things happen online that I think I used to look at and take very seriously. I know the difference between the Matrix and right now I look like I'm in the Matrix, but I'm actually not. And I think I know how to take it all with a grain of salt. When it comes to religion and spirituality, I believe I have my own self-written vocabulary that I believe if you were to be able to sort of take out from the both of us and lay it down and roll it flat like dough, it would look very similar. It's just different nuances, different synaptic sort of things, but pretty. I imagine it would be the same thing. I imagine all the world, for the most part, nobody's that different when it comes to being a human being. I think it's just the spiritual vocabulary, the spiritual glossary is different.
Right. Absolutely.
We're gonna part here. I'm gonna take a couple extra online confessions, and then we're going to leave them wanting more, as they say.
There you go.
Also, my battery's dying, so that's a pretty good reason.
Man, great talking to you. Awesome opportunity.
You too, my friend. Sleep well when you do. And you know what? Here's what I like to do. Here's what I try. Just take a nap.
Amen, brother.
Just take a nap. See what happens. Look at it like a nap. Thanks, man.
Good to talk to you.
Have a good night. Good to talk to you too.
You too, brother.
Take care. Thanks. Bye. I think it's on. Well, that was fantastic. Look, when I first started broadcasting on this show, I didn't know what it was going to be, but there are some really genuine people, and I think that just makes the show that much better. We're going to take a couple more. Let's listen to some more chill-out music, some more night confession songs, and I'll take a couple extra confessions, and then we'll let you go and hope that you have a fantastic Monday morning, which you're already in now. And let's segment of Night Confessions After Hours. We've got a couple more confessions. Divine K. Weber writes, confession, my parents sacrificed a lot to come to the U.S. and they really want me to be a doctor because I'm headed to college soon. I prefer journalism. Should I honor their wish? Yes. Weber, your parents put everything on the line to be able to make you become a doctor. Whatever your inside wishes and dreams are, you're going to just have to dash them, tie them up tight in emotional twine, and sit on it forever. Because you would not have even had this opportunity to do this thing you don't want to do if it weren't for your parents working so hard to get you to this place, to do this thing that you don't have an ounce of love in your heart to do. Of course you should go into journalism. Of course you should do what you prefer. And I would imagine that any parents who would go through as much as it seems as yours have would ever be upset that their daughter, son or daughter, Divine, I would imagine, I don't know, I shouldn't get students are making assumptions, their son or daughter wants to become a journalist. What I think they want to see is that you have the passion for journalism that would in some way or another match the passion they have for you becoming a doctor. It sounds to me like this is a fairly easy sit down that you can have, and certainly the odds are in your favor of coming up with the best, like total super like Aaron Sorkin style sit down lines, right? Because they're on offense, you're on defense, and you sort of have to tug the rope a little harder, and it gives more opportunity for you to say some stuff that's really cool. I can pitch a couple things right now, like shut up, it's my life. That's the first thing that came off the top of my head. That might not be as poetic as I thought it was going to be at first, but I think you should follow your heart, and I think parents come around. Parents come around. Hope no one screenshotted that, because don't screenshot that. But parents come around. Parents come around when they see their kids fulfilled and happy. And I think that you should go into journalism, because especially in the medical field, I mean, people who want to go into medicine can't stay in medical school sometimes. So imagine how long you would last. You would be a cadaver. You would become a cadaver in the first week, and other medical students who wanted to be there would be ripping you open and learning all about your insides, when all you really wanted to do was go into journalism. I hope that this has helped you in some small way. Let's take another look at the confessions, and then okay, let's see here. I recently joined the military. Very cool of you. Thank you for your service, both future and present. And I'm really anxious about not seeing my girlfriend of almost a year for months at a time. Any advice on long-distance relationships? Well, it's not perfect, so no piece of advice is going to make it as if you were in the same town. Be gentle with each other. Look at the phone line as a cable, as a guitar string. The longer the string, the more sensitive it is when you pluck it, because by the time that vibration gets to the other end of the line, it could be like a tsunami. Be very gentle with each other. Don't poke. Be very gentle. That was one thing I learned being on the road. Be very kind. Don't risk too much in the idea of trying to take a big leap in a conversation. Understand that little line you have is it's an umbilical cord, it's very sacred, and you want to pet the line. You don't want to flick the line. A safe out and home, and thank you very much for your service again, rendered and still outstanding. Very cool of you to want to go do that, and I imagine that's a story that's shared by a lot of people in the military, and I think right now is a time for all of us in our vulnerable state, both in the end of December and in our respective beds and futons and couches. Take a moment and think about Chaser and so many other people at this time of year who are all in long-distance relationships. I mean, imagine how pissed off people would be at you if you were in the military and you were dating someone who also was deployed with you. That has to happen, and it has to piss everyone else off. Like, you have to act like you're not as happy as you really are. Like, you have to walk around and act like you're fighting all the time. Because, I mean, it's got to happen in the history of time that, like, a gunny was dating, a private, or, I mean, I hope I didn't walk into something there. I'm thinking of ranks. But, and they get to hang out together all the time. I mean, that would really, I think, throw everyone off. So let's think about everyone who has to go through those long-distance relationships for months at a time, like Jay says. And sometimes not having someone can be easier than having someone in a long-distance relationship. But I think it's going to be a crucible for the two of you to discover what there really is between you in a bond. So good luck, Godspeed with all of that. And we'll take one last night confession. And, oh, this one looked interesting. Naya Kai writes, best advice for someone who's moving to a new big city to pursue their dreams? Yes. When you first get there, look up and go. And then have like a cab drive by you and run through a puddle and then get totally covered in dirty street water and be standing there like this and go, and like your bags, and then drop your bags. And then when you discover where your apartment really is, like be really scared because it's in like a worse part of town than it looked like in the picture. And then when you go shopping, get bags that are really not well made and put too many heavy items in them so that when you're walking up too many flights of stairs, all of the fruit and vegetables fall out of the bottom and the soup cans just go down the stairs, like tumbling down the stairs. And then when you get there and you close the door and you lock it because you're scared, wonder if you should have ever done this. And then put on some David Bowie. Thank you guys so much for watching Night Confessions After Hours. My name is John. I hope you've had some fun. I hope you've fallen asleep. And we'll do this again sometime. I think this is a really nice thing to do on a Sunday night. So maybe not next Sunday because I'll be in the middle of nowhere and I don't know that I have the service, but maybe we'll try. Thank you for watching Night Confessions. My confession is that I appreciate you very much. So we'll see you again. Take good care.